Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Yes, I'm back with a new video trying to do my staircase finally. So this is how my staircase looked before, with this brown stairs and this green that I've talked about too many times. So trying to give my staircase an uplift so it can have a nice flow and a nice entry point when we're coming into the home. So I went with the liquid sandpaper method because I didn't want it to kick up a lot of dust in the house. This is our only passageway, obviously, from the upper and lower levels. So I wanted something that was going to be a lot more safe in the house because everybody was home. This was one of the reasons why this project took too long, because I procrastinated a lot trying to figure out how I was going to get this done when everyone was going to be home. So I just nipped it in the bud and figure something up as I go. Use the liquid sandpaper, and what that really does is kind of rust up the surface so that it'll make it easier for paint to adhere to without all the dust from an actual sandpaper or a sander. So that's what I end up doing first, so that I can get that cleaned up and dry to get it ready for paint. I did start it with a primer on the side walls, and getting rid of this green was everything. It's not a bad color, I'm just overseeing this color. This is not my style of color, and almost a year later, here we are just finally getting to it. So I did do one coat of the white primer, and then I went back and did 2 coats of a bright white paint just to kind of seal it up and actually get rid of all of that green. And you guys, this really made the staircase, for some reason it just made it brighter and more grand. I don't know if it was just the green that kind of did it, but I think the color that I painted the stairs with the white sidewalls, it just made it feel much more grander, if that's a word. So we did go through doing that, and then you would see me taping it off. Now I've watched a lot of YouTube videos on different people on how they did their stairs, and I can tell you for a fact that this is serious cardio. The up and down, going with the up and down, it's like Stairmaster, okay? But for real, because you're doing it on stairs. And I couldn't tell you, the next day, my back, my knee, everything was on fire, because you're doing a lot of tedious work when you're on the staircase, especially the staircase that I have. So the stairs, all of the stairs were like different textures. They would notch it just wasn't even. So going through and having to tape all these little nooks and crannies and corners that weren't perfect or weren't lying straight, it was tedious work. So just giving you a heads up with that, it can be, but the result of it is beautiful. So this is me trying to create a passageway for my family by taping every other staircase, and that allowed me to paint every other staircase that wasn't taped off. Now this extended my process because I had to paint, dry, paint every other, then come back and do it to every other stairs. So it did extend the time. But what I can say, that this tool right here really helped the quickness and the smoothness. It helped with the edges. It helped self-leveling the paint. Even though the paint that I got, it was from bad self-leveling, but this, because this was a sponge type of paint, this tool people usually use to like paint in the back of their toilet tank if they don't want to remove the toilet, and you use it and kind of fit behind the tank. So I had this on hand, and I just figured, it's kind of that even square to catch all those edges. So I used it, and it actually worked out perfectly. I know that they have like an edger painter that you can buy, probably cheaper than this, but like I said, I had this on hand from a previous project, so I just used it. But if you have an edger, that would work well, as that would work good as well. And obviously I still had to go back and touch up with the paintbrush just to kind of like catch all those corners on the riser, just to make sure I got paint on all of the surfaces, because I was really going for this flat dark grayish black. I wasn't trying to two-tone anymore. The original idea was to have a two-tone color, gray and white, but again, I didn't want to go through a third process of taping and priming and doing all that. No, this thing had me up till 2 o'clock in the morning. This was a 2-day process, and both days I was up late. What I can say that helped with the drying process is my husband went and use a heat gun to kind of help dry the stairs that I was painting. So while I was painting on the lower levels, he was drying the upper levels, and I kind of sped up the process a little bit so that I could do a second coat and kind of get started on the other stairs to kind of finish it up. So with that process going, that little chain line going, we were able to finish the stairs. I went off camera and actually used 2 coats of polyacrylic, but I didn't film it because again it was late at night and then I didn't have the right lighting. So I did sealed it with the polyacrylic with 2 coats. And I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of ASMR. Like, who doesn't like a good old tape removal, right? So anyway, after the 2 coats of the paint dry, and by the way, I did use a satin finish, which is good. Anything satin, eggshell, anything with a sheen in it works good on a staircase or anywhere where there's going to be heavy traffic, because it also have like a layer of sheen in it to help with dirt and cleaning. So after that dried and I took off all of the masking tape, I did have to go back and cut in some of the corners, like, because there was some bleeding from the tape, which again, that is more so because of the stairs weren't properly lined. So as you can see, this is how the stairs looked before. Let's just take a look at all of this, what it used to be, and then look at this beautiful thing right now. Like, I love how the white and the gray and it blends nicely. Yes. So I wanted to add on to this project by sprucing up my entryway. Now I did do a video where I did like a temporary entryway fix, and I knew I was wanted to work on another project as far as shoe storage, so I wanted to change this up to make everything blend. I did get this mirror from Walmart for like $7. Easy, cheap, affordable, and the stand and the plant and all that stuff, I had those on hand, so I just repositioned them in my house. This basket I actually found in Goodwill that was originally just a wicker, and I ended up spray painting the base black just so it can all blend seamlessly. And you guys, walking up through the staircase and going to the upper level, this is what you see. Everything blends, everything flows, the color coordination. You notice the color that's on the inside of my door is also the color of my stairs and my stair railings. I still have to go and paint my stair railings a new fresh coat of white and coat the top part. I did not do that in this video. Here's a look at it from the top of the stairs. Oh my gosh, I just love the cleansiness, the clean and open space, and we have an easier flow when we're coming into the house. And carrying on with the staircase makeover, my husband and I, we actually DIY'd our own shoe cabinet storage. So don't forget to come back, hit that subscribe button to see how we customize something for our own entryway to help with this easy flow. I'll catch you guys in the next one.